So I'm still in Arizona, but it's currently raining, which never happens, but it's happened 3 or 4 times since I've been here. So that's actually just perfect. Things are really going my way. But I just wanted to make a video rant, which is something that I like to do very frequently. And it's very fitting because I'm wearing my Taylor Swift exclusive tour merch because, as many people know, I went to night one of the tour, and I just want to make this to let off some steam because I'm seeing some things that need to be fixed. Okay, so first things first, if you didn't know, the merch situation with this tour is unlike anything I've ever seen in my entire life. I think that it's like a situation of they just didn't know how much demand there would be, and they severely underestimated how much demand there would be for merch, and specifically like the tour exclusive merch. And that obviously happened on night one. So if you didn't see my vlog and you didn't know that I went to the concert, I was there night one, and they basically announced like starting at 12 p.m. that they would have the parking lot open and you could go and you could stand in line for a merch truck, which was outside. So that was going to be available starting at 12, and then, you know, people that could buy it, there was still also merch inside, but mostly it was like these huge merch trucks. People were taking pictures in front of it. It was like a big, you know, it's a big thing. They always have merch trucks. So anyway, so I waited in this line. I got there about 4:30. I waited in this line starting at 4:30, and I did not get out till 7 something. I waited in line for 2.5 hours. And when I finally got up to the front of the line, they had completely sold out of this one blue crew neck hoodie that I wanted, and then also this like all black hoodie that I wanted. And it was extremely frustrating because they didn't put up like a sold out sign, nothing like that. Okay, you would think that they would do that, but they didn't, because people were like, once they got up to the line, like me, they're like, wait, how's this sold out? Like, not even a single size is left, okay? So I'm thinking like, okay, well, that sucks. I bought this. It wasn't my first choice. I paid $75. This stuff is very expensive. I mean, it's the same prices as online, but very, very, very expensive for this stuff. Like, I don't know when a friggin' hoodie became $75, $100, but that's like the meta right now. I don't know. So anyway, kind of frustrating. And, you know, I missed the opener, and we're running around trying to get in, okay? We're standing in this line. You cannot get out of line, or otherwise you'll lose your spot, unless you have like friends or people in the line with you, which, you know, some people didn't. So you can't really get out. You can't see anything because you're outside. And then you go inside, and like they were sold out of everything inside as well. Okay, like all, because they had like little booths set up. And I almost want to say, some people were saying like there was reports that they didn't have certain merch that was inside, but they had it on the merch trucks. I don't know if that's true or not, but it could be. I don't know. The point is that they sold out of basically everything on night one, right? And I would be lying if I said that it didn't taint my experience a little bit. I mean, it upset me, and, you know, some people will say, well, have some freaking perspective. It's merch. But my perspective is that I waited in a Ticketmaster queue. It's been so much money to go to this concert. It's been so much money to travel this concert. It's been heartache. It's been Ticketmaster. It's been fighting people in line. It's been line after line after line. And it just feels like there's a lot of queues that I'm waiting in to just go for this one experience, right? It's been a lot. So I just kind of was hoping that I would get to this event that took me so long to get to, and like it was such heartache not heartache, but it was like so frustrating to get to, and just a lot of work, and, you know, whatever, and effort. And I hoped that it would be kind of a streamlined process, right? And it wasn't, okay? And it wasn't. And I couldn't get the merch, which is like, you go to the tour and you're like, oh, I planned on getting merch. Like, I bought stuff online, but, you know, I wanted to get merch. And honestly, truthfully, the blue and the black hoodies that I'm talking about I actually like I like them a lot, and I want to wear them. Okay, like, I like them. I don't want them just because they're exclusive. I want those, and I like those better than anything that's on the website right now. So very frustrating. And then, you know, it was also just, if I could be honest, it was very frustrating also, the bathroom situation, and like there's really not enough time to go to the bathroom. The line was extremely long, especially if you're on the floor. Not to complain or anything, but it was. And it's like, you want to be able to go to the bathroom and get water and you get concessions, and the lines are just so long, and there's like zero time to go and do these things before, like in between the acts. There's like a very short amount of time. And then obviously, you know, Taylor's set is 3 hours. So anyway, this is a very long-winded way of saying that, you know, there were some things that I honestly, if I could be open and honest, I was unhappy with, and it did sort of taint my experience in a negative way, okay? Merch being like the number one thing that really, really tainted my experience in a very negative way. Anyway, night 2, okay, of Glendale. We're still in night 2. They were I figured like maybe they had set some aside for night 2, like of the blue crew necks and the black and all the other ones. Even this one, by the way, was pretty much sold out. I was lucky to get it. But you would think that they would have set some aside for night 2. No, they did. They had sold out completely on night 1. So people that were on night 2 had no opportunity to get them. Now, here's the other thing. People are upset about like people who are not ticket holders being able to go and buy the merch. And my response to that is, I see where they're coming from, but I disagree. I think that anybody should be able to buy the merch, especially because, like I said, it was so hard to get tickets to this. And a lot of people probably can't afford tickets, but they can afford, because they're literally like $500. Even for nosebleeds, they're like going up to $400. But they probably can't afford to get a $45 t-shirt or something like that, right? So I think that that should be accessible to people, even if there's always going to be resellers. There's always going to be people who are, you know, doing things that they probably shouldn't be doing. But I do agree that they should let anybody buy it, right? Anybody. Even people that are not in the tour, okay? Because, like I said, it was so, I mean, there's Ticketmaster lawsuits over this, okay? That's how bad it was. If you didn't know about what was going on. But the fact that they sold out for night 2 really put a bad taste in my mouth, and it was kind of like those people were penalized for no reason, and it's frustrating. And, you know, so then we hear things through the grapevine of, okay, for the next, they learned their lesson the first time, okay, shame on them, Taylor Nation, whoever is in charge of this. But then we find out that for the second shows, which were in Vegas, that they were bringing more merch, tons more merch, and they opened it up on Thursday before the shows at like 10 a.m. or something, and for people to come buy the merch before the show, so they weren't wasting their time before like the actual concert. Well, this turned out to be even worse, and yes, they brought more merch, but this turned out to be an even worse situation, because then it was like anybody who was really looking to like take this opportunity to resell was standing out there camping outside. These hours were reportedly 8 to 9 hours long. People cannot go to the bathroom. People cannot get water. People cannot get food. They cannot leave their spot in line. People were offering to, this is reports, people offering to cut other people in line for money. People offering to pay, like, give this person extra money if they buy their stuff so they can like cut the line, basically. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying by that, but they would like come up to somebody who was farther in line and say, hey, I'll give you $100 extra if you buy all of my stuff, like in your transaction, basically. That's insane. I mean, there's so much like going wrong here that once again, they're like selling out of everything. People cannot get these things. Like then they shut the lines down at 7 o'clock. So people that had been waiting in line that whole time, if they didn't get up to the front by the merch truck by the time that they had been waiting, it's over. It's awful. I don't understand what's so hard about ultimately, this is my solution. Put the merch online. Put it online, okay? This whole culture around exclusivity and I want this because it's exclusive. Like I said, I made the disclaimer in the beginning. I liked those 2 items, not because they were tour exclusives, but because I just wanted to wear them and I like them a lot. But people want these things and they're reselling these things because they're tour exclusive items. Do you realize how many people have these anyway? I just don't like the culture of like, this is, I'm the only one that has this XYZ item. Like, I don't like that. And I feel like that's being facilitated here a lot. And the idea of like camping out and, you know, I'm very put off by this whole situation, if I could be open and honest. Really putting a bad taste in my mouth again. And I already felt like I didn't like what I was seeing, and they're not doing anything to fix these situations because the lines continue to be this long. People are outside in the heat. Like I said, no food, water, like I don't know what the situation is with that, but they're allowing people, okay, to buy. There was no limit on how much people were buying. No limits. Can you even imagine? How stupid are you? I mean, this is like 101. I just don't understand. How are you not limiting how much people are buying? How are you not limiting to like 2 per person or 2 sweatshirts per person? What? Okay, we'll get into it in a second because there's more that happens. But that was Vegas, okay? So it's like, did they learn their lesson? Not really. They're like, oh, if we open it up a day before. Well, I'm sorry, but how about people that are disabled that have to work for a living? How about people that can't stand? How about that? How about people who can't afford to take a day off and sit in this freaking merch line? These tickets are already freaking expensive. Like, everything's been expensive up until this point. Can we just get a break? And here's the other thing, okay? This is happening in between now Vegas, all right? So people are getting their things, okay? Wearing their merch because it's clothes, right? What do you do with clothes? You wash clothes. So people were getting like, so you see this thing on the back of mine? It's like the, whatever it's called. It's the tour poster basically. So the shirts that had colorful tour posters on the front, right? $45, by the way. People by the thousands who got these shirts for $45, by the way. T-shirt for $45. What? They're washing it one time. Faded, distorted, not like 100% faded and distorted after 1 to 2 washes. Guys, you should be able to wash your freaking clothes. And here's the thing, on the tag it says you can wash it. There's gonna have a PR crisis on their hands. I mean, I believe that they already have one, but this is like really getting bad, okay? This is really getting bad. And just wait till somebody gets hurt, because at this point it's a liability, having all those people waiting out there, having all these people with like running to the merch trucks, running around, like putting themselves in I don't know what they're doing, putting themselves in danger, I don't know, okay? But this is out of control. And the fact that people, this is one of the worst things, is the fact that people are spending their hard-earned money on these shirts and they're not even good and they're not offering refunds. You want to know why? Because when they email Taylor Nation or UMG, whatever, they email back and say, well, the shirt arrived, the way you bought the shirt, it was in one state and it was in a good state when you bought it. So whatever you did to it after that is your own problem. But it's like, no, that's not right. That's not right. You know what you should be doing is you should take those shirts. You're seeing all these like complaints come in. Take those shirts off the merch truck so no one can buy them anymore. Okay? Because obviously they're defective and I don't know what you're doing, but these were not pressed correctly. They're horrible material. People are getting holes in them already. They came with holes, stains, all that stuff. Okay? So take them off. Do not sell these anymore to the public. Okay? Do not. All right, so that's what's happening in between there. Well, now we're in the third city, okay? We're in Arlington, Texas. And you would think after all of this that they would be like, maybe we should put this merch online. No, they still don't. They open it up once again a day early, okay? Day early. And by the way, there's 3 shows this time, not just 2. There's 3, okay? 3 back to back to back. They open it up on Thursday. And they say, the night before, they say, on Wednesday, they say, okay, it's going to be open at 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. or something. People, of course, started to camp outside. Have been there since reportedly 2:30 in the morning, camping outside overnight for crew necks. For for $45 t-shirts that are gonna fade after 1 wash. I mean, it's insane at this point. I just feel like things have gotten out of control when people start camping out, okay? Camping out in front of the freaking merch truck. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I've never ever seen anything like this in my entire life. And nothing in that truck, by the way, I was standing right there. Nothing in that truck is, by the way, worth it. Oh, I just wanna make one more mention. On night 2 of, sorry, I'm going back a little bit, but on night 2 of Glendale, they finally put up the sold out, because they were truly sold out, sign on the like 3 merch items. One of them was this one. And they put sold out, and then below it, they put buy it online, okay? They put buy it online. I go to see like if I can actually buy it. They put it on the black hoodie, all black hoodie, and they put it on this one. You go online to see these 2. They're not the same thing. Okay, They're not. So that just pissed me off, by the way, because you go to there and it's not the same thing and they're like saying to buy it online, but it's not. Anyway, very freaking annoying. Very annoying and bad. So anyway, back to Arlington. So people are camping out, right? Some people are camping out since 4 in the morning. Lines are down the street again, okay? Who knows what the situation is? I don't know if there's food, water, like the least that they can do is put out some water bottles, like even put Taylor's face on it. I don't give a shit. Like just give people freaking water. I'm very concerned about people's like health and wellness surrounding this. Like I said, it's a liability at this point. Having these people camp out like this. Insane. Okay, insane. So here's what's really bad. This is what's been reported. People, of course, who's the people that show up? People have nothing better to do than start reselling things. Okay, people have been reselling this for $300, these items. Okay, by the way, shame on you if you buy that. Shame on you if you buy it, because eventually it's going to go on to the website after I'm done with this video. Trust me, I will get something done with this video. I intend to. I will not stop until that merch is online, just saying. But do not buy resell, do not buy reseller anything. Do not, okay? But anyway, people were in the line, resellers, who showed up with suitcases filled, and they were able to buy I saw one guy with 3 bags, walking away with 3 bags of just blue crew necks. How is that even possible that somebody would be able to buy 3 full bags full of crew necks? People walking away with suitcases of crew. How is that even allowed? How are you not limiting? How are you so stupid to not limit? Okay, to not limit. How is this possible that you're doing this? And then they're saying, don't worry, we've got enough for all 3 shows. How? Are you printing them off in Arlington, Texas? Or how do you have enough when people are buying that many? How? Just how? Okay? And, you know, there's so many things wrong with this. And, you know, and once again, I have a couple suggestions. I don't want to sit here and be the person that's like complaining with no resolutions. Put it online is the solution. Yeah, that's it. Just do that. And also, here's my other solution. First, oh, and also take those awful merch items that are fading after one wash, take them off the website right now. Okay, that's my other one. Those are just some of my ideas as a nobody in this world who doesn't know anything about merch or events or nothing like that. It's simple. Put it online, okay? Put it online. Enough's enough. Enough is enough. Seriously, I can't understand why you're allowing this to happen. And you know, here's the thing also, like, if I could just be completely honest with you, this is just from the heart, okay? I just want to rant. And I was saying this earlier, but I just want to reiterate, it's been a long time coming, okay? It's been so frustrating, and like this whole process, it's been exhausting to try to get tickets and to get to the stadium and then to leave the stadium and to like wait in all these lines. And it's like, the whole thing has just been a lot, okay? It's been a lot. All I can say is I feel really disappointed. And luckily, right? Luckily, the thing that is worth it is seeing Taylor if you do go, and hopefully you do get the opportunity to go if you choose to. But luckily that, like, everything that Taylor herself is doing and has done and is connected to is worth the money. Like, she's putting, you know, 3-hour set, like, nonstop, no breaks. Like, obviously, like, everything that she does, like her songs, everything like that is good. But everything else, her team is massively, massively failing her. And that's all I can say is they are and they should be ashamed of themselves. Whoever's working with her, because things have not always been like this. If you want to go into some Taylor Swift lore for a second, the Reputation tour, which is her last tour, was in 2018, things were so different, okay? So different. The VIP boxes were legit. When you opened them up, they had a screen, a talking screen with songs playing, okay, with things that you actually wanted. The VIP boxes now, don't even get me started on them. They're horrible. They're stuff I wouldn't even want for free. And I'm a Taylor Swift collector, and I wouldn't even want that stuff for free. Actually. And they were $500 upcharge onto a $500 ticket, by the way. Okay? So, unacceptable. Who's doing, how does it get worse when, as she grows, how do things get worse? Okay? How is that possible? Why are we doing this? Why is the merch lower quality? Reputation merch is known as some of the best merch ever produced. Ever produced. And it's little things. Like the confetti that fell from the ceiling during Reputation tour was literal. It was basically like a magazine with Taylor Swift on it. Talking about, that was the confetti that came from the freaking ceiling. The confetti that we got is just regular confetti from the crafts. It's from Party City. No offense, I mean, I have some. And by the way, people are reselling that too for $35. I saw a post on Etsy or something like that, or freaking Mercari. $35 for the tour confetti. Huh? Just go get some tissue paper from Dollar Tree, please. I mean, guys, it's insane what's happening. And it just needs to stop because honestly, I don't like the whole exclusivity. I don't like this whole, like, you gotta beat other people and, like, fight other people for, like, just to get a shirt, like, to enjoy yourself. It's taking away from the experience. And I know, by the way, I don't know Taylor personally, and I never will, but I know she doesn't want that. I don't know that she didn't work her ass off to do 3 hours a set, so people would leave feeling kind of disappointed and having their experience tainted because of the merch truck outside, which is what happened to me. I'll be honest. It's what happened to me. I'm disappointed. I don't know, guys. I'm sad. I'm sad about this. I just wanted to say something, and because I honestly can't sit around and watch it anymore. And, like, I went to the concert. I did a big concert vlog. I was so excited, and honestly, like, it was not all rainbows and sunshine, okay? It wasn't. I mean, let's be honest here. I hope that something changes, okay? I did see reports that UMG or Taylor's team, by the way, this is halfway through, people waiting and camping out overnight, and this is after all the resellers showed up with their suitcases and bought millions of merch, okay? Then Taylor's team allegedly said, all of a sudden they announced it to the whole line of all the people waiting in Arlington, Texas. This is right now, by the way, as I'm filming this. They said, okay, now it's limited. So you can only get like 10 items and only 2 of each or something like that. You can only get 10 items total. But they did that to all the people that's the people that are waiting in line right now. They didn't do that earlier. They didn't realize that soon enough. This is show, what, 6 we're going into? You couldn't figure that out the last 2 weekends? It's a joke, okay? I'm so freaking frustrated. I've never seen anything in my life like this. I've never seen something so disappointing in my life, the way something's been handled. And all I can say, like, honestly, hashtag put the merch online. Bye.